There we go. All right, I will bring it up. It should still be at the same place it was. All right, we are here again with another session with reading the book Universe is Calling by Eric Butterworth. And I think there's so much in here that can help us and to understand uh, how how to how to navigate through this life, how to make changes. And so, yeah, and I will start reading. And I'm not sure where we stop, but I'll start right here. Um, it is a vital step in the prayer process. Oh, the last sentence there was the answer is in the way of silence. So yeah, there's often a like we want to keep ourselves busy because we think we're doing busyness doesn't accomplish much. And it's in the silence when we really our prayer process. In our desire to find help in a time of need, our tendency is to commence reciting rote prayers or metaphysical statements. In the science of prayer, we are suggesting first getting relaxed and receptive, letting go of before we proceed to speak words of truth. We seek to become established in oneness with the flow of spiritual energy within. This is the place of meditation or the silence. The question may be asked, what do I meditate upon? But answering this question may give rise to meditating about. And soon we are meditating about our problems. This serves to end of concentrated worry. This is not prayer. And so but I don't think that's a good idea because God doesn't want our problems and God doesn't see a problem. Whatever we see or whatever we focus on grows. So the best thing to do is if you do have a problem, write them down on a piece of paper and then either tear up the paper or burn it because we don't want to focus, whatever we focus on grows. We have pointed out that it is helpful to write out a list of the things that you want to pray about. When you are satisfied that you have accounted for all your concerns and the list has fulfilled its purpose, so lay it aside, perhaps even burn it up in a symbolic letting go. You see, you should not seek answers in your time of silence. Just draw back the bow, get sent in the cosmic flow. So here he was talking about the illustration of when he says, draw back your bow. When we an arrow, when we want to shoot an arrow, we don't throw the arrow forward. We pull back on the bow and let go. He's illustrating that the idea of prayer using that uh, doing something. But as you let go, you must let go the sense of doing. and become established in the awareness of not doing. Imagine yourself experiencing a great insurgence of energy, all the while keeping the mind in an attitude of don't give a darnness. Take a moment now to have a visualization exercise. Imagine an ocean scene with the water moving turbulently and with many great white cat waves. Now, it is your image, so you can deal with it as you will. Imagine that you are one of the waves. The wave that is you moves through the ocean. It has body, it has motion. What is this wave that is you? It is the ocean formed at that point into a wave. It is never more nor less than ocean. Now, what is your relationship with God? You are the activity of God expressing as you, and you can never be more nor less than God. God is in you as the ocean is in a wave. So yeah, that we can never be separate. Uh, we seem to be separate, and we walk around on the earth as though we are separate, but we're we're grounded to the earth. We come out. Um, yeah, I think it was someone who said, "Into this world, we come out of it. We are a part of it. We are all energy. We are part of the whole." Yeah, here with me, and so or as far as if you want to, go ahead and read, or you can also share anything that to you.
I think what he's trying to say is we are expressions of God. We are one with the God, like ocean is with the wave. We basically not cannot be separated. And meditation is like sitting in silence, not to list all our problems or challenges. It's basically sit in the silence, go within, and that's what he's trying to say. See the ocean becoming calm and the waves becoming smaller. See the whole body of water becoming placid and eventually becoming smooth as glass. What happened to the wave that is you? It is where it always was and what it always was. The ocean expressing at this point as a wave, it is simply a potential. But it is there, and now see that in your relationship with God, as you become still, 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 with the sense of losing your desires, your ego, your sometimes turbulent personality, be still and know that I am God. Perhaps you can never be more nor less than God. God is in you as the ocean is in a wave. See the ocean becoming calm, and oh, you have long had trouble in saying I am God. But in this context, it is easy, isn't it? Think about this. In the Bhagavad Gita, we read, he whose self is established in oneness, whose vision is everywhere, see the self in all beings and all beings in the self. An exercise like this can be helpful in getting out of a problem consciousness, breaking down the walls that separate and cutting away the loose ends that confuse, getting the sense that there is only God. How long should you rest in this transcendent consciousness? Actually, time is relative. One answer might be as long as you can hold the image in concentration without stress, it is a recharging process. It depends on how drained you may have been. And remember, this is not something you are doing. Think of a battery being charged. Does it need to have something to do? No, it simply accept the charge. Just sit still and no. It is good to have a special time and place to engage in your silent time. But you can have a silence anywhere at any time, wherever you may be. You may plug into what Easterners refer to as the mother sea of consciousness in the context of
Obviously, you don't see it change as soon as I change it, so it,
mm, in the
that
context of
switch for you
prayer,
now.
we want to see the silence not as its own end, but as a creative way to achieve the greater end of projecting prayer power. However, there is a discipline involved which can be achieved by practice. It is helpful to have an occasional silent time just to develop skill in concentrating at the point of oneness. Don't be deluded into the belief that the silence calls for assuming a special position of the body. Yoga positions may be helpful as an exercise or as a symbolic gesture, but they most certainly are not necessary.
You want to share any thoughts on what you just
I
read?
think that he's just saying that just sit in silence so that you can charge your battery. That's basically sitting in silence. You are one with the God, and basically you will get downloads or basically what you say that you get downloads or you get basically what it is called intuition. Basically you get creative thoughts or whatever it is, but you basically charge. You when you charge it, you get energy. When you get energy, you images pop into your mind or visualization or thoughts pop into mind, which you might be looking for some solution for something, which automatically pops into your mind the solutions for what challenges you are facing or what the problems you are facing. That's what he's trying to say.
Mm. Yeah, I like this last paragraph. It says, "Don't delude into the belief that the silence calls for assuming a special position of the body." And I think he's referring to, like, many of us have learned certain rituals, thinking that doing things a certain way is going to somehow uh, cause something more to happen, or maybe to happen faster. But there is no, I don't know if you, for some reason, this thought came to my mind, and I don't know how many of you read the Bible, but there's a story of Jesus on the cross with two thieves on each side. And the one thief was mocking him, and the other one uh, said to Jesus, "Remember me when you come into your glory." And Jesus told him, "Today you will be with me in paradise." So here was a thief being uh, being executed for his crimes, and he was that was his. He didn't need a special position. That was his position. That was the position he was in. Was simply the acknowledgement of the because everything is consciousness, and that's what Eric Butterworth talks a lot about is consciousness. It's not a special position, it's not a special ritual. It's simply getting into the acknowledgement of who you are, recognizing, remembering who we are. Is that we are not a separate being from God. We are God expressing You are uh, God expressing as you, or God is expressing Himself through you, however you would say that. Okay. Um, Meditation systems often stress the importance of breathing, and certainly most persons need to learn to breathe more efficiently. But this should not be made into a fetish. I'm not sure what that word is. It is good to begin the silent time with a few deep breaths, holding the thought that you are breathing in the life and breath of the Almighty, and breathing out all impurities of mind and body. Again, it can be an effective symbolic gesture. Uh, Alan Watts, if you've ever listened to him, he talks about uh, this stuff also. He said there's nothing wrong with doing the things, doing all the gestures and the breathing and all of that. It's just that it's not really it's like dancing. Dancing is not, you're not really going anywhere. You're just dancing for for the movement or whatever. And uh, so yeah, uh, it's not necessary to, if we make it, there's a danger of making the action itself the solution, and the action, or the technique, I should say, that is, there's a danger of making the ritual or the technique the solution when when that's really not. Uh, it's the being still and knowing, recognizing that's the actual solution. I have a simple technique that has been very effective for me. On the inhalation, I form the words God is, and on the exhalation, I say I am. Breathe normally, but affirm on the breath God is, I am. Now maybe we could do that right now. Just take a few minutes and kind of focus on our breath a little bit, and and say those words. God is, I am. Yeah. He says don't make it a mechanical thing. It has little to do with the meditation process, but it can become a symbolic gesture that you can identify with. If you are unable to sleep at night, you can use this exercise to make the sleepless period spiritually productive. So how did that feel? Did it put you in a relaxed state? Uh, I know I think for me in the, you know, on this call, it probably works better if maybe, I don't know, for me, it would probably work better if I was by myself. So I hope it worked for you. And so we'll go ahead and read some more. Uh, in time, after much practice, you will associate this act of breathing with preparation for a silence. And thus, by drawing a few breaths, you will go right into a state of oneness. Or we can maybe on our next call, maybe we can start out with that kind of a meditation. By drawing a few breaths, you will go right into a state of oneness. A quick drawing of the breath in a time of crisis or emergency can become a symbolic gesture leading to an instant release of the energy of divine protection. Don't go into a silence expecting to have a conscious experience. Things may happen to you and in you, but more often than not, it will simply be an infilling that will give no sensation whatever. Just the feeling of well-being. Don't look for ESP or psychic experiences, or your subconscious mind may oblige by producing such an experience for you, which may have nothing to do with the spiritual goals of your silence and may actually mislead you. So Al, I read this book once and I don't remember reading that, but what stands out to me here is that I think many people, including Christian, they expect something like they have this idea of the Holy Spirit coming upon them and thinking that something's going to happen. And I think they are experiencing exactly what he's describing here. Their subconscious mind is obliging by producing an experience for you, which may have nothing to do with the spiritual goals of your silence and may actually mislead you. And that's what I see the danger of this work is we can become caught up in experiences that are not real, that are not, remember our subconscious mind does not know what the difference between what is real and what is imagined. And so we must be very careful that we don't try to bring something up that is not real. Remember, aside from your times of practice, the silence is not an end in itself. It is a means to the end of becoming imbued with power, building a focus of spiritual energy. Then you project this energy as you speak your word of truth. You pull the arrow back, back, back. Then you let it go in the word of truth. You may simply voice the words, I am, which constitute the most powerful affirmation you can utter. Or you may use the I am and God is breathing exercise. Or you may use a prayer statement such as, I am a perfect child of God. I am one with divine love and infinite substance. I am in the flow of God's great good that is unfolding for me now. But remember, you are not just mouthing words. The words you speak become the Spirit expressing itself through you. Your words become the channel through which there is an outpouring of answers without ceasing. True prayer is not indulging in the tensions and frustrations that have led you to engage in the prayer, for this would be extremely counterproductive. Prayer must involve a letting go, a recentering of yourself in oneness with God. And then instead of praying to God about the problem, you pray from the consciousness of God, projecting spiritual power in a transcendent flow to heal and harmonize and make you prosper. So I think I'm gonna stop the share. I'm not sure how long the chapter is. It was quite a long chapter, and I think this is at least the third recording we've done on it. So if anybody has anything they would still like to share or need need some clarification on, please don't hesitate to ask. So if nobody has anything, I think we'll go ahead and end this call for now. And then I will try to, uh, yeah, I don't know. Can we do it like, I know in India, you're already in the middle of the afternoon, right? So,
No,
I'm okay.
evening,
Basically, you can
5:30.
schedule whatever the time you like. I'm okay with it because we are four people now. If somebody cannot attend, some people can attend.
but
Basically, we can.
I want to, I want to, I want to make so the other people can attend also, is what I'm trying to
Mm,
do is to make a time for the others. So, and yeah, it looks like maybe this would work for us. So, um, so yeah, okay. I'm gonna stop the recording.